everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And today we are reviewing a movie, and it has a name.
And what is that name?
It's called...
The High Note?
That is what it's called! Oh, I knew it. I was like, you're gonna guess it. Good jumping in there.
Oh, thanks.
The High Note!
The High Note. Ta-da!
Yes, that's right. For our next trick.
That's the only trick I have.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so The High Note just came out this weekend.
Yeah,
Available
premium
to rent.
rental.
That's right. Was it worth the premium, Sean?
Yes.
Okay, wow. So you enjoyed it then?
I did enjoy it.
Oh, wonderful.
I would not say it was my favorite movie that I've seen this year.
Okay.
But it's a solid film.
Okay. It is a pretty solid film. So it stars Tracee Ellis Ross as a very famous singer. She is touring the country, selling out shows, but she is singing her greatest hits, as the fans demand. And she's got a young assistant, played by Dakota Johnson. I want to say Fanning still.
I know.
Dakota Johnson. I can't even say, like, my mouth doesn't even want
Doesn't
to
go that
acknowledge
way.
her.
Yeah.
No. Dakota Johnson, daughter of Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith.
That's the one.
Yes. Who sort of came on the scene. She was like, you know how I'm going to jump into acting is with the 50 Shades of Grey movies.
Franchise.
So I wrote her off. I was like, ugh, don't care. And she was tolerable in this. She is not making it hard to watch, in fact. It pains me even to say that.
Yeah, I think that's high praise.
Preferred Dakota Fanning? Sure. So she plays the assistant, the personal assistant of the singer. And I think they're both kind of in a weird place career-wise, where Tracee Ellis Ross is, obviously, she's a middle-aged woman. The label guys don't want her to make new music because that's risky.
Hard sell.
It's a harder sell. You know, she's got an older fan base. Does she even know how to write pop hits for 2020? They don't really want to take the chances. They just want to repackage yet another greatest hits album or another live album.
Or put her in Vegas.
Or put her in Vegas. That's right. The ever popular Vegas residency for people who have been.
That's the very nice way of putting it, yes.
Ooh. So yeah, she's still a draw, but the universe is telling her her best days are behind her.
And she's not super happy about that.
Well, who would be?
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's true.
And definitely, like, a man has a much longer time to
Absolutely.
consider his options.
Yes, he does.
And it is certainly a room full of men telling her what her options are.
Also correct.
Even though she has made them all this money. She is the reason they're all there. And they are going to speak on her behalf.
That's right. They're going to tell her what's best for her.
That's right. Dakota Johnson, on the other hand, feels like her best years are in front of her.
I mean, that has to be true.
Yes, because she has been, like, ever since she got out of school, she has been in this job. Which at the time she thought, well, this is a good stepping stone. It's music adjacent, you know. And yet she's just still there these years later. And it's proving not to be so much a stepping stone as, like, just
a dead
quicksand.
end. Yeah.
So yes, I think they're both at a precious little time in their lives. And what are they going to do about it?
They're going to party like it's 1999.
You wish. So yeah, it was an interesting movie. I sort of felt that the Tracee Ellis Ross parts were the stronger parts. I think her character drew me in more, and her performance drew me in more, and actually the musical the musical events, the songs, the whatever, the performances, I guess, are actually really good.
Yes, they are. They're believable.
Yes. Tracee Ellis Ross is, of course, the daughter of Diana Ross.
So she knows a little something about
She's
this.
got some credentials. She's legit. And she's really good. She's magnetic.
Yeah, she is.
Dakota Johnson, and I'm going to say through no fault of her own, really, I felt her storyline was the weaker, and I thought, because it was more rom-com-y, like they were making it about a boy.
She meets a guy who happens to be a musician.
Yeah. And I don't even know if I said this, but this is what she really wants to do, is be a producer. So she meets a guy who's singing in the grocery store parking lot. And she thinks, well, he doesn't have anyone helping him out, clearly. Here's an opportunity. So, like all professional women, she immediately sleeps with him. And things go super well from there. We'll say this one is kind of, you know what, I liked it. I didn't love it.
Well, you're right. The parts with Tracee Ellis Ross, that's the better movie. Mm-hmm. That is the more interesting thing. Mm-hmm. We did not need the Dakota Johnson meets this other guy, will they or won't they end up being in a relationship, will she or won't she end up being a successful producer. It's not something new. And the Tracee Ellis Ross stuff, it was interesting. The music was good. The performances were good. Ice Cube as her manager was fun. Just the dynamic of those two. I would have seen more of that and less of the other stuff.
Yes, agreed. I think it's actually a bit of a sad statement, especially considering the movie makes a point of saying that in the actual history of the world, there's only been a very small handful of women over 40 who ever get a #1 hit. So Sia was the most recent one, and Madonna before her, way, way before her. And Cher, I think, and
Bette
Tina
Midler,
Turner.
Tina Turner.
Yeah. So very, very short list.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of sad to make a point of saying that, while the movie also is but we don't really think a woman over 40 can carry the movie by herself. Just like they can't sing very well, we also need a younger...
Yeah, real singer, fake singer, no one's really interested.
The movie comes out against ageism in music, but commits ageism in movies.
For having a Dakota Johnson really as the main component of this movie. Mm-hmm. The secondary story is the story about the singer.
Yikes.
That is a problem.
So, yeah. But I think on the whole, I enjoy the movie. It's by the same director who did Late Night with Mindy Kaling and Emma Thompson. So I feel like she's in a certain groove. She's got stuff to say about this. And I think it would be kind of nice if the next one just had Emma Thompson or just had Tracee Ellis Ross. Because I think, in fact, they can carry an interesting story. And it might have made for a better movie.
I think it would have.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she's got a crazy life. I think there are more stories there to tell.
Yeah, well, I remember just when she's going for her tour, and she's got the scenes where she's performing intercut with the scenes where she's prepping.
Right.
That was a great sequence. We could have had more of her on tour, her with the label. Maybe she could have gone to Vegas. I don't know. It would have been a very different movie.
Yes, we could have peeled back, because there are some very small nuggets that are doled out about her life. About how she is still single and basically alone. All she really has in her life is Ice Cube. And turns out maybe that's not enough. Sorry, Ice Cube's wife. So yeah, It's a good movie. It's worth checking out. Maybe it's not worth renting for $20. Maybe wait till that comes down to $5. It's a $5 movie.
It's definitely $5. It's a $5 no-brainer.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's as big an endorsement as you're likely to get here today. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.